Hello, Lisa Arana here, and I'm so excited you're joining me for today's video. I'm sharing how these amazing pink tulips were created using a brand new layering stencil from Unity Stamp Company. It came together so quickly and easily with just some simple ink blending. Plus, I've matched it with the perfect stamps for a lovely Mother's Day card. I'm starting out with some Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock in my Misty. And I have the Wonky Stripes background stamp from Unity Stamp Co. already set to go. I grabbed some VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink and I'm just inking up the side. I'm only going to be showing the right hand side of this card with the wonky stripes, so that's why I'm just inking up half of the stamp. What I love about the Misty is I can be doing this multiple times, and so I get a nice solid black wonky stripe. And it just took 3 times to get that nice solid look. Next I have another piece of Nina cardstock and I just tacked that down with some washi tape onto my desktop. And then I cut the tulip stencil. It comes in one big long sheet and I actually cut those down into thirds. It's just easier for me to store that way. You don't have to do that. It's just I don't have the room for that big sheet, so I just cut them down. And I'm starting out with the leaves, which I numbered number 1, and I'm going to tack that down again with some washi tape. And then I grabbed 2 colors of Gina K ink. And I'm starting out with the, I believe Jelly Bean, which I think is the lighter color. And I'm just using my blending brush and blending that down into the stencil. What's kind of fun about the stencils is where the cut edges, it tends to get darker with the blending ink, and then the center stays a bit lighter, which is kind of fun. There's almost like a shadow built in. But I am going to add on a second layer of color with grass green, and that just created the depth that I was looking for. My ink was kind of going off the edge of the stencil, so I grabbed a piece of post-it note tape and I'm just masking that off so I don't have to worry about it going on to my card front. Next up, I'm using the second layer of the tulips. This is the background color, and I'm just lining that up inside the previous inked layer, and I'm using some passion pink just for the base color. Actually, I think this, yeah, actually this is bubblegum, not passion pink. And I'm just creating a base layer of color for those tulips. Again, I love the way that the stencil will just grab the edge of the ink and just kind of create a darker border anyway. So there's almost like a built-in dimension with these stencils. Perfect, so I just want to make sure I have a nice even coverage. If there's a little bit of light and dark in there in those layers, I'm not mad at that. I actually like the change and the shadow that it kind of creates. Now I'm just going to line up my third layer, and this is the shadow over the tulips. And I'm using the lines from the previous layer to line up my stencil. It just takes a bit of finagling and lining up, so that's why I'm kind of wiggling here and there just to make sure I have the right placement. These stencils are fairly forgiving, but I'm just trying to line up those lines as best as I can. Once I'm happy with that placement, I am tacking that down again with some washi tape. This time I grabbed Passion Pink and I'm just layering that over the top. Just a nice solid layer on this one. I do want the contrast from the background against this new layer. It'll create the shadow and the look of the tulip that I'm kind of going for here. And placing that bit of masking over to the side was a brilliant idea. I should have done it from the beginning, but it's protecting my card front so I don't get any of excess blending ink over onto that side. So once I'm done, we're just going to reveal the final look. And I just love how beautiful and springy these turned out. I love the pink and the green together. It's just really pretty. Next up, I grabbed a sentiment kit called Dearest Mom. I thought this would be great for a Mother's Day card, and so I'm stamping down the mother sentiment in some more of that Nocturne ink from VersaFine Clair. Just a couple layers to get a nice solid impression of that sentiment. And that looks good. And then I just layered that over my card front, and I kind of like the idea of rounding the top corner here, so I used my corner chomper and just rounded that off. Added some foam adhesive to the back of that panel, and then I'm just going to adhere that down onto the card front so my wonky stripes are on the right, and then the tulips will line up to the edge of my card front on the left. Just like that. And then I thought I'd use a few of the sentiments from that Dearest Mom kit. It has this cute little butterfly that I did in passion pink, and then just a simple sentiment of I love you. Really, this could be, I guess, for Mother's Day or birthday, or just because anytime you want to send something uplifting to your mom. So it's just this cute little butterfly and a sentiment that says I love you on the inside. And then last, looking at the front, it just needed a little bit of an accent, so I grabbed some Nouveau Dream Drops. These are in Cloud 9. They're kind of an iridescent, creamy white color, so I just thought I went with the look of the card. And here is the finished card featuring those amazing layered pink tulips. I just love how they pop against the black stripes of the background and the mother sentiment. I kept the card simple and just added a few iridescent Nouveau drops to add a bit of shine and movement. Of course, I'll have all of the supplies linked in the description of this video. If you have any questions or a sweet comment, post below. Thanks again for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.